Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Do Bonsai. It's Thursday the 22nd, it's the day after the summer solstice, so yesterday was the longest day of the year. God, this year's going so fast, it's unbelievable. Tonight we're having a club meeting and we've all been invited to bring up to 3 trees to put round the club as a bit of a show. It's not a proper club show, but internally, you know, we can bring 3 trees just to put on display whilst we work on other trees maybe. I've decided I'm going to take the pyracantha, the juniper and the beech. They all still need a bit of work doing to them, but they're the ones that I've got in progress that have got a little bit of something about them. I might take some small accent type plants, and I've got some nice shiny rocks, funnily enough, that I might just chuck in the van and take with me. I say the van, we're going to go up in one of the campers. I've pulled that with the for sale sign in it, so hopefully someone will see it and look to buy it from the camper company that's up and running. So yeah, let's get loaded up and I'll see you at the show. Whopping. So we've made it here to the club meeting. Looks very busy, lots of vehicles around. I've already been in and put my trees in, so let's take you in and we'll have a look at the trees. There's lots of people working on trees and we'll go and see what's going on in there. Just across from the motorway, you know the motorway, just probably 200 meters from the motorway on the right hand side.
Brother-in-law lives at Brex, so he's not a million. So if I go to visit him, I'll just round corner. So it's what? Yeah.
Right across the road, straight left.
Yeah.
I used to live in Whiston.
Yeah.
That's where I was brought up. Yeah. I remember actually blowing the rock up for the motorway. My grandma used to live at Brunswick, and that was Catholic. Viaduct that they were putting in, bridge. So I used to get on there and Or back and motivate. And they always used to tell me,
Got to catch the chairman working away, haven't we? Checks in the post, by the way.
What it is, apparently crabs.
We had stalls in Chelsea Brewery across the road from us. So when you got on that, they were groups all them ones that bring cartons. So the back inside. Probably should have been better off clean hand grenades. Oh, I think.
It might have been on show. Somebody said, anybody want these? You know, do a house. Do a popular head and then an hour. An hour to an hour. It'd been made. It might have been. I brought 5 over. And before I got that one, I had to chop that one. Saws with me, just in case. They never see it before these people. Watch me. What you doing? I think everybody can. So I had to cut it down, like, you know.
Don't know whether they thought
But ending up, they were that interested. I said, here, have one. I took the 2 ones, so I gave myself a 3. So I had to 5 on one survive. And it was that one, the big one. All the rest was making. So the first one, I want to bring that one. I brought one I took last Saturday morning. And that's about 5 feet tall. Everything of interest on top like HTV. Steve Dover, he put it in the LA.
And that'll bring you from the tree down to here.
You'll say hi, Scott.
To be that side that you would.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Bonsai Garden.
You're going to have to take that mark off.
I'll get it right.
I mean, if you want to, that's the one you're going to find out what the ones are. Because you've got
Looks like those Scottish squirrels.
Oh, that rat that everybody thought was a squirrel. It was hunched up and it looked more like a chipmunk.
What you could do is,
Well, I'm looking, I'm like, looks a bit rattish now.
because then you've got
They weren't right pleased though, they were parked with their van right behind, you know, and the rats kept coming.
use half the roots that are pointing. So you get rid of them. Just take the roots off at the top and the ones at the bottom. Sink it in. Put that. And then lay it flat using these roots. Well, that's it. If you've got these areas, if it dies,
No, that's a good idea, that, thank you.
I've got an air layer in my van.
Yeah. But
Bag them off.
I bought 3
I've got your black cup back.
silver birch at the same time. Oh, that's got a bit of yeast on it too. It's decent. Oh, yeah, cut all, what would you say, all the knobbly bobbly off. I took them off last year. I thought I'd let it have a display this year.
well, it's up to you, but I'd take them off because it does. It's a bit late now because the whole of the phones, but it takes a lot of energy, especially if you're trying to grow flowers.
So I know it's still the same person. So you don't need anyone to say, oh, this is Akamatsu.
So that was our club meeting show. It's getting late in the evening, it's getting close to time to leave and wrap up and go. So let's get back and see if there's any mischief we can get up to in the bonsai area. See you shortly. So it's been a few days since the club meeting. We've had the news from Tony that he's put out his last video. I've just been live with that a few moments back. And I've kind of been putting off, but in the spirit of Tony, you know, not being very well, which is an understatement, and still getting in front of the camera and talking to us all, that's given me a good kick up the backside to be, let's get back into the bonsai area and not just do some work, but actually do some videos. Been a bit lacking on the video front, as you all know, so we're going to try and continue with that a little bit better and try and capture everything going forward. So that was the part of the bonsai meeting at the beginning of the video. Now, when I was at the Akamatsu weekend a good few weeks ago now, I took a cutting that Graham Walker took off of his forsythia, and well, it rooted. It's quite a big thick cutting. Come and have a look. So there's the cutting, and it's been sat in this water, and you can see in there lots of roots going on. So we're going to get it out of there, pot it, you know, about as deep as it is in the water, into this pot as a bit of a training pot. There's no holes in the bottom. They tend to sell these pots with bonsai in them. I think I got a elm in this, and it obviously, you know, you're trying to water it, but it's not draining through. But for the process of transposing this from pure water into soil, this will do, I think. You know, we'll be quite happy with that. So we're going to get on with that shortly. But a quick one just to show here. I got a new spray bottle. One of the members at the club had shown me this a couple of weeks back, and I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. And you can spray upside down or any which way. It's called Always Home and Garden Sprayer, and thanks to this flexible weighted hose that you can see there, no matter which way up you're holding the bottle, the weight of this, you know, gravity combined, takes it down to where the water is. So that's going to be really good. I'll just screw it on, and we'll have a quick demo of what it can do. We'll just get it. Oh, we don't want it jetting. So we've got a quick demo of it spraying like that, and then if I turn it upside down, a normal sprayer, it'd be on an empty part of the bottle, but this continues to spray and spray nicely. Now I'm spraying the tomatoes that were grown from seed. Tom, our good friend from Grow and Clip Bonsai, issued a bit of a competition and can you do it, and I've not seen anybody do it yet, but I've had these growing and I think we might try and do something with the smaller one. This one might have just gone a little bit too tall now, tomatoes. But yeah, Tom, hi Tom, I hope you're watching. Tom has got his own issues at the moment, so the videos have slowed down a little bit from Tom as well. And just reaching out to you as well, Tom. I hope you're well, doing okay, and you know, going to the doctors and that, everything's been sorted and you're on top, on fine form. I know from the last emails, etc. I believe you were feeling a bit better and doing quite well. So hopefully soon, after a few weeks, you know, you'll be able to use all your faculties again, your arms and everything freely, and get you back in front of that camera where you belong, entertaining us all. So yeah, hope you get back up to full strength soon, Tom. So we're going to crack on potting this forsythia up. It's going to be a bit of a challenge getting these roots out of the neck of this pot. I might have left it too long. I might end up smashing the neck and disposing of this little bottle. I did have a real love for these little bottles, but I've kind of gone off them a little bit. They were ideal for little thin cuttings, but I don't think they're going to serve me very well going forward. We'll try and get it out and get it potted into this pot. It's getting a bit windy outside. I think there must be a bit of a storm brewing. I'm just going to get a bowl to mix some soil up, because I'm not going to put it in pure bonsai mix. I want to put a bit of yeah, I just want to put a bit of organic matter in with the bonsai soil. So we'll just get some bonsai soil in there, and then I'll get a couple of scoops of organic compost. In fact, one scoop might just do for that bit of a mix. Just have a quick look to see how that's going to go. Yeah, I think we can get half a scoop. So another half a scoop added, and that will just allow the roots to, because they're going to be quite delicate, these roots. And I was showing Ryan of Autumn Bonsai, and his parting shot to me was, "Don't break the roots." I'll try not to, Ryan. And he just laughed. I think he knows what's possibly going to happen. So we'll just get some of this mixture into the bottom of this pot as our base level, because we're going to pot it quite deep for these roots, so it can possibly go a bit higher than that, our base level. It is quite a deep pot for the size of the tree. We'll go with that. And what I will do with our new sprayer is I will just spray the top layer that our cutting's going to go on. So as I said, this cutting was taken from Graham Walker's forsythia. It was a big branch chop of his tree, one that kind of needed to be done and was done, and this was discarded, and I wrapped it up in a towel straight away, wetted it down, and yeah, I felt a bit stupid taking it, but I just really wanted to try and grow it on. Right, so that's quite tight when I get to the neck of the bottle, so I'm going to have a little go at pulling it through, and I think it will come, but with a bit of force. So what I'm just going to go and do is I'm going to go and hold it over a bin. I'm going to smash the neck of this bottle so that the bottle can drop away, and hopefully I'll be back with the with the cutting in one piece without any additional damage. Fingers crossed. So a successful break of the bottle and disposed of. I did end up with some shards of glass on my hand, but I've managed to just easily rinse them off, and there was a few shards just landed on the trunk of our new cutting, and I managed to rinse that off. But we'll just give it another little spray, and you can see all the calluses where it's wanting to put roots out, and the calluses around the cut area at the bottom, and they do look like they're starting to root. So I think we're going to get a fantastic root base from there. I kind of thought about putting it on a big stone in the middle so that it sat on the big stone, and then the roots would go around that and hopefully try and force them outwards, but I'm not sure how well that would come off. I've seen it done with desert roses, but that's, you know, they cut the whole base off and sit them on a bowl and allow the roots to go around, and then they look rather spectacular if it's real. But I think I'm just going to lay it in on the soil, and these roots I'm just going to lay out as radially as possible. These are already coming out nice and radial, so as we build the soil up it should look really nice. So we're not going to worry about a front for the pot. We're just going to worry about getting this into some soil. We'll do it gently. We'll just spray the top as it goes in to keep the moisture around those roots. That one's just poking up ever so slightly. I'll just have to drag it to one side of the pot. And then we're in again, just keeping this soil. We don't want it to be dry as it gets used to its new potting arrangement. It's been sat in water for probably a month. Spray all that down, and I'll bring the soil just under the lip of the pot. I've kept the soil as moist as possible. I'm not going to dig me chopsticks into the soil or anything like that. We're just going to let it sit and hopefully continue to put those roots out and occupy the pot nicely. We'll just spray the top. You can see there's lots of bits of leaves missing. It was in here in its bottle and I ended up having to take it out. The caterpillars had got at it and they'd folded the leaves over, and they were having, you know, proper feast with this tree, this forsythia. But I think if we look after it, it might just continue to do well. And it's not a bad starting point. It's a good solid trunk. We'll let it put some good roots out in this pot, and then maybe one of the funky fish pots, which I've kind of used at the moment for some other trees, we'll be able to get it into one of them. Or maybe one of these little Klebo pots that we got from Scotland. I've put this little crassula in at the moment, which is a nice little pine growing crassula that's doing really well in there. It was all up here and really big and bushy, and chopped it all the way back, and we've got some really interesting bits and all the new growth that's coming in, looking very nice. But this could be an ideal pot for this forsythia going forward, and we might be able to create some sort of mame type tree. Depends how it goes. And we can go upside down with our new sprayer. Really cool. Doesn't matter what angle, it'll just keep spraying. So we'll get that into some non-direct sunlight and hopefully it will continue to do well. So fingers crossed that they continue to do well. There's lots of work to be done in here as always. The lemon tree, I think that one could be the orange. That needs severe clipping back and some branch selection doing. So we'll do that, but I will just find you the sister of that. Where are you? Over here is the sister of that. That was just a load of twigs not 2 weeks ago, and then all the new growth, all these leaves are new. They've all come out nicely. We've got a sucker on the base down there. That was repotted and it's doing really well. So I think we need to do a repot of this one, get it out of here, get it into some nice new soil, and hopefully it will continue to do well. It does look a bit yellow, it does look a bit gaudy, but with the trim back, I think there's enough strength in these roots for it to carry on doing well. It did really well over winter, but it will do well. On another note, I've received some gifts. One of them being this temple. I believe it's an aquarium temple for a fish tank. It's all hollow out in the top. It doesn't weigh much. It's not a great big thing like yours, Nigel. But I was thinking of making a Ficus religiosa forest around the temple. Ficus religiosas are all down there. One of them we did lose. It's at the back there. Didn't come back, but all the rest have grown and done really well. That one's really bushy and strong. And these were all grown from seed. We grew them ourselves. They're about 4 years old now. Looks like the caterpillars have been, or slugs have been getting in on that one. And I think we could maybe do a bit of a forest around this. Let me know in the comments whether you'd like to see anything like that. And I suppose especially Nigel, if you're watching this, would you... It'd be copying you really, wouldn't it? So if you give me your blessing and go ahead, I'll try and make something out of this in a bit of a planting of some description. I've got lots of fairly good sized pots to do them with. I'm waffling. At the same time, I did get another fish ornament, and this has already got some greenery on it, but I could probably break those out. They're only glued on there, and there's some holes in it for trees to potentially grow out of, like a cliff face. There's a hole there, and we could put holes anywhere on this and create some root over rock or trees growing in rock. I have seen some local to me where we've got shelves of rock and trees are really growing out of it really strong. I'll have to try and capture that on video. I could create something like that maybe. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. And then also there was a number of little ornaments, a little wishing well, some bridges, all sorts of little things that that came through. I don't know who they were from, no message, nothing in there. So thank you to whoever sent them. Much appreciated. I just need to find something to do with them. Talking of copying, Nigel, I did pot up my desert roses and they're doing not too bad, but again these pine crassulas, they grow like wildfire. They all need cutting down. I buried a stick branch of a crassula jade down there. You can just see the little jades growing through, and that jade at the back needs to be cut right down as well. They're all taking over the planting, so I think we might do that next. I did put some rocks in, but I did inherit some nice shiny sexy rocks whilst I was in Scotland, and I got some nice little ones, and we'll put them in. So I think we'll do that as our next project. So that's going to do it today. Quite an emotional day really. Once again, a shout out to Tony from Tony's Bonsai and Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors, our good friend Tom. Tom, speedy recovery, get better, and Tony, you know, make the most of it and fight on. But that's going to do it for now. So get out there and make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind to each other, animals and the planet. And as always, I'll see you again in the next one.